Hey guys and gals, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you already haven't. Also make sure you turn on your notifications on your subscription so you see our new content when we post it. Thanks for subscribing. Hello everybody, welcome back to MTG Dungeon. Today's match is Grixis, Pyromancer Delver versus Bant Spirits. Here today with commentator Ben.
Here's my spirit!
Oh god. You're one of those people. So, I honestly do not know who actually has the advantage in this match. Like,
Man, Spirits has the advantage. It's gonna haunt his creatures. Ooh, Delver! You wish you had a soul.
Wow.
What?
Poor Delver.
He's truly the.
Is it because he's an insect? I feel like you're being
what
speciesist.
What two-color guild would you associate Delver with?
Is it?
Really?
Yeah, because they always do the experimentations. So
I would make an argument for Simic. I make an argument for Simic.
That's also
because it's becoming something new.
That's true.
It's weird to think of him as a blue-green thing.
I don't know.
Anyway, so let's take a quick look at this spirits list. It's a Coco list, so it's light on anything that's not creatures. Its only non-creature spells are Collected Company and 2 paths, 4 Coco, 2 paths, and we got 4 Spell Quellers, and then some other cards I can't read. So the idea is just lordy.
Yep.
Pump your team. It's a flying Merfolk deck with a little bit different type of interaction. They got their Imitation Curse Catcher on 1, their Mausoleum card. Is that what that is?
Wanderer.
Mausoleum Wanderer.
Yeah.
You got your Spell Quellers, which are, I guess, can be equated to Tidebinder. No, not Tidebinder. The Flash one that you can pay more for. Maybe. That's Tempos.
Tide Caller or something like that?
Yeah, it's a tempo play suit. And then something that Fish doesn't have, Selfless Spirit. You can make your trades profitable. You can protect your Geists of Saint Trapp, which is one of the coolest cards, in my opinion. Yeah, I love that card.
Looks like our Grixis Delver Pyromancer player is taking a mulligan. Looks like the Bant player likes his 7.
Yeah, I think one thing that the Pyromancer deck has going for it is if it can start, it has the ability to play 2 cards on a turn quicker than the Bant Spirits deck, so it may be able to eke out an advantage consistently throughout this game up until the point he starts casting Cocos.
Okay.
At that point, up until the point he starts casting Cocos, he's going to be relying on his tribal synergy to compensate for the fact that he can't play more than 1 card a turn for a while, unless he's got multiple of these Mausoleum Wanderers, which we see on turn 1.
Hey, I mean, it's a good start. The typical card read of what?
Curse Catcher.
Pretty well. Curse Catcher with upside, but yes. So with the Grixis, I think they forgot a draw.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
Did he have 7 in hand?
No, I was counting the Scalding Tarn as well.
Okay.
Oops.
Yeah. Anyway, so like you were saying before, I do feel the Grixis player, I guess, may have a slight advantage because they're able to go wider. But the issue with them going wider is that they can't attack profitably because most of their wide stuff is 1/1s.
I don't think that its ability to go wide is reliable. It's basically just Pyromancer, right? That's how it goes wide.
Yeah,
Pyromancer. So if it doesn't see Pyromancer on turn 2, Spirits can go wider, quicker.
With the Cocos.
With the Cocos.
Inquisition. Oh, yeah. All right, I like it.
Protecting his hand.
I was like,
that was good.
If you like your hand, I think it's definitely. I think it's doing another Wanderer. So.
Perfect.
All right.
That goes back to what I was talking about, trying to play 2 cards in a turn versus just 1 card a turn. It allows them to do that.
Yeah. All right.
Got a fetch, probably a shock. Or
No,
no.
these are going for basics. Advanced Spirits player maybe just getting basics, maybe because he's afraid of Blood Moon.
He shouldn't be, in my opinion.
I would agree. You probably at this point you probably want to get a couple shock lands just so you have the versatility.
I mean, if you already have the colors in your hand,
no,
good to go, then
okay, there we go.
If you have the colors in your hand already good to go, then I guess it really doesn't matter too terribly much.
Yeah.
Or if you don't need the green, that's fine.
So it looks like we're putting down the new Lord from M19.
All right. So I'm not familiar with M19 cards.
I'm saying Fatal Push. I believe it's a 1/3 that get 1/3 flying that gives all their spirits +1/+1.
Okay. So basic Lord text.
Yep, basic Lord text.
Deal. Serum Visions. Put something on the bottom.
Yep, top, bottom. That's seems to be what Serum Visions happens a lot with. Is usually like, that card's good, that card's terrible right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I find that in the deck that I pilot, I'm pretty light land light, so I end up just bottoming cards that aren't land just so I can try to find land, even if they're good.
Yeah. Well, so there's the second Mausoleum Wanderer. So I mean, like at this point, it stops K commands if the grixis player is playing them, which looks like he's playing 2 of, or you can force him to tap out on certain spells, which is also fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like if his opponent's about to play Collective Brutality, you can just make him pay the additional 1 so he has no follow-up plays, which isn't a terrible plan. But I think our Bant player only has 1 to 2 cards in the hand currently.
I did see a lot of land when I last looked. It seemed pretty land heavy.
Inquisition.
All right, let's find out. Unless he wants to say no.
He's got a Cocoa Path and a land. Ooh. So yep. So I mean, so the fetch land's gonna go get a green source. It's just gonna both the one for second response.
Send a message.
Send a message.
Yes.
Yeah. This is like no. This is like counter unless you pay 1.
I mean, you might as well give him the option to use mana.
Yeah. Right.
So I think that's a heads-up play there.
Yeah,
give him the option to use his resources.
Well, if you force your opponent, like, yeah, I'll pay the 1. He's like, wait, got him.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes no, you need to grab a green source.
Maybe he doesn't want that specific green source.
Okay. No, like sometimes it's actually a good thing to ask dumb questions like that in a tournament, because way back when Lauren was standard and I was playing a tournament, I was on Rebel Art combo, my opponent was on fairies, and so turn 1 he suspends Ancestral Vision, and so it's coming off suspend. I'm like, target, and it sarcastic, target me, right? And he goes yes, and I was like, cool. So I started to I was like, no, I was like, no, judge, just like. I was like, this is what happened. Just like,
yeah.
He asked a question, and he responded. He asked if he was drawing 3 cards. You said yes, correct? Yeah. And he's drawn 3 cards. Like he asked, you stated. He's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jedi mind tricks.
That's right.
I still lost that game, but it still felt good.
You want to know what I was playing in Lorwyn Standard?
You were probably playing Elves or Burn.
Nope. Playing Blue-White Merfolk.
Oh, you were that guy.
I was that guy. Mirror Entity was a cool merfolk.
Man. Yeah, well, it's the best merfolk you had in that deck. Oh.
Sig River guy is
a no value spell queller. Oh.
Sad.
Right. Don't do it, spell queller.
Alright, I like applying the pressure. It's 3/4.
Ooh.
Right? Because that's the
yeah.
Lord. That's the
and he's tapped out. I think. You can't snap bolt. Well, I mean, we can't snap bolt the queller because it's giving the additional +1/+1.
Might as well snap bolt the Lord.
Yeah, that's what I think he's gonna do.
I like that play.
Yeah. And he has a push in hand, so I mean that's useful. And so that, I mean, that's also kind of the issue with the Bant Spirits. Is, I guess what I'm noticing is that they kind of run out of gas fast. They don't have a way to kind of
It's Coco.
Yeah, but I say if you can like spot remove most of their board, you're sitting pretty good. But man, Drog Skull Captain, that's definitely something that you as a grixis player don't want to see, because everything but Drog Skull Captain has hexproof.
Drew a fetch land, so it turns on his Fatal Push.
Which is just going to hit the captain, which is, I mean, that's what you want.
You kind of have to.
Yeah. And look, yeah, it's like asking how many cards in hand. One mana open. Stubborn denial.
He's offering a trade, that way he can try to get rid of both cards on the battlefield.
Yeah. Well, that, I mean, if he trades, then you have the roll trigger from the Snapcaster Die, and you can kill the spell card as well. So I mean, I think that was a fine. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
So looks like we're gonna go down to 10, and I assume get a basic because his life total is getting a little low.
The only thing I think I would have liked to personally have seen Fatal Push on his turn after his attack. That way he's not casting Fatal Push into 4 open mana.
Yeah.
Where if he did it on his own turn, he's casting it into 1, and it's accomplishing the same task.
I would agree.
I'm not sure what other card you're more scared of than Drog Skull Captain in this scenario.
What, he took the damage? What was the point of fetching then for a basic? Like, you should have. All right,
not sure. Anyway, that was a pretty good draw, but I think it's a little bit late.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. I mean, he has 5 on the board.
Maybe he forgot about Revolt.
Maybe. I mean, like. Oh, all right.
Well, we knew that was coming.
Yeah, send a message. It's like a rattle chains. Is it just a rattle chains? Oh, rattle chains and a geist. All right, let's really send that message. Oh.
Oh, that's not rattle chains. That's an uncommon.
Oh, that's the Nebelgast
Yeah.
Herald. When an ETBs, it taps a creature, so you can take away blockers.
Do some math. Yep, this is definitely more than 5.
I mean, he can push the angel token.
Mm-hmm. And he was going to.
Yeah.
Good play. Prevent that 4 damage.
Yeah.
And get your dude.
So overall, it wouldn't have mattered if he pushed the lore because he had the Coco in hand, and then there was still enough power just right there.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, moving to sideboards. Out of the Grixis player, I can see the Engineer Explosives coming in. Negates, possibly. Definitely Kolaghan's Command. Maybe the Mana League. Maybe the Spell Snares? I mean, between there. So, he saw the 2-drop Lord. I think that's the only 2-drop he saw. He didn't see any of the Selfless Spirits.
Right.
So I don't think he would bring in Spell Snares in this matchup. But I feel he would definitely bring in Negates. Possibly a Murderous Cut, the Kolaghan's Command. Collective Brutality would probably be fine as well. Surgicals, maybe. Mana Leak, probably. Just gonna, you want to stop the Coco, so.
I mean, I like Mana Leak because it seems like with that specific game, Mana Leak would have been able to counter anything other than Mausoleum Wanderer at any given point.
Yeah.
I think I like Mana Leak against the Bant deck. If you're on the play, maybe.
Yeah.
Which he is. Out of the Spirits deck sideboard, I'm looking. I don't know what Remorseful Cleric is.
I'll look it up.
But like Spellskite is something you would probably consider. Geist of St. Traft is probably another card you would consider. He's got 1 in his board. Just bring in another copy. It's super hard to deal with.
Ooh.
You got Kira, the Great Glass Spinner, in his board. That's probably something you're going to bring in. It just as a...
Definitely, because forcing them to have to cast 2 spells to try and deal with something is just really good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So the Remorseful Cleric is a 2-drop for a white and 1, 2/1 flyer with sacrifice, exile all cards from target player's graveyard.
What set is that from?
It's from the new one, M19.
Oh, that's why I don't know it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that seems like a very good sideboard card,
Yeah,
especially against a lot of the graveyard decks.
Yeah, that's great. I think the only other card I might consider is Detention Sphere. Out of the board.
For the tokens.
Yeah, like tokens or just get rid of a threat.
Yeah.
Just more spot removal. But so that's potentially. I don't think you'll really want to be playing Remorseful Cleric in this matchup. Yes, Snapcaster Mages, but I don't think that's the main reason you play Remorseful Cleric.
No, if you're worried about Dredge, Goryo's Vengeance, like Death Shadow, things that are like just heavy delve anyway, or a Hollow One.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a good card to bring in against. But yeah, in this matchup.
So I think you're looking at up to 4 cards, and they're all 1/ofs: Spellskite, Geist of Saint Traft, Detention Sphere, and Kira, Great Glass Spinner. I don't know. I didn't actually notice how many cards he brought in, but those are the cards that I think I'd be looking at.
I definitely agree. All right, so Grixis play looks like we have a good start. Looks like turn 1 Delver.
I mean, yes, please.
All right.
Get that blind flip.
Or don't for 6 turns in a row. Your choice.
No, it's not your choice. That's your sadness. It was on the stack, and it resolved. Sadness on the stack, sadness resolved. Aww. All right, we got a Who-Man. Is he a Who-Man wizard?
I believe so. Looks like we're gonna have a turn 1 bird from the Bant Spirits player.
Tweet, tweet.
That's fun looking spirit. And the flip. Ooh,
Fine
ooh.
flip.
Serum Vision seems like a fine one to draw as well, because you like Serum Visions and a Bolt back up if he has a second land.
And he does.
All right.
Everything's great. This is what you want to be doing.
Yep.
This is some legacy caliber stuff.
I mean, there's no Force of Will. Or Daze.
Okay. That's not what we're talking about here.
We should get Daze back in Modern. That'd be fun.
Probably.
No, we would not. Oh my god.
I'd be okay with that. I'd play Days.
I think I want to play Daze because it's just like, hey, no. Yeah. It's like you're tapped out. Yes. Daze. Return to your land. You have no land. You have no spell.
And look at all these cards I have in my hand now. It's card advantage.
Cast Collective Brutality. Discarding 2 of the land. Live in the dream.
Lands are
Alright.
not so.
Oh! Well, he's got 3 land now and he has a Spell Queller, which seems fine. Or
No value spell queller.
I don't
phase.
think I would have done that. I think I would have waited for him to attempt to cast a spell. At least
I
get
can't
something.
really. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to spell queller, trying to get value out of it always seems like the way to go to me. But
Yeah.
I don't know what else is in his hand, to be honest. You got Rattle Chains.
Like, see, Rattle Chains would have been fine because like
Does Rattle Chains have flash?
it does, and it has 2 power. Oh, 17 to bring. Yeah, see,
Okay.
like the Rattle Chains would have just been better right there because he could have forced him to use mana on his turn
Mm-hmm.
if he didn't want you to block the Delver, which I think that's what the Bant Spirits player is trying to do. Is just deal with the Delver. Which, I mean, yeah, you have to, because I mean, the Delver has you on a 7-turn clock just by himself. But you also need to take the best lines of play, which is, especially if you're up against a blue player, forcing them to tap mana on their own turn is what you want to be doing.
Yes.
And as a blue player, my opponent forced me to do that, I hate you. It's like, no, I want mana up to counter your spells, not have to defend my own stuff. Pyromancer, looks like we're going to go straight into a Serum Visions to get a token.
All right.
Yep.
Got a nice board presence now. increasing that clock.
So, like, now, if you have a 4th land and Coco in hand, I think you just snap it off now while your opponent is tapped out.
Yes.
Looks like a collective and a Tassiger. Ooh. I like at least keeping, honestly, I like keeping the Tassiger personally, but...
I was going to say, I kind of like the collective brutality.
I mean, like, I think with the grixis player, though, you're feeling that he's just going to play a 4th land in Coco, so you're going to miss out on the full extent of the brutality, which is understandable. But I think Tassiger just does enough. So we got Terminate, Stand Vision, a Bolt, and something else in the grixis player's hand.
Well, I guess knowing that he has Spell Queller or Collective Brutality seems less appealing.
Yeah. Especially if you discard, you don't get it back.
Mm-hmm.
So I think attempting to bolt the birds here is fine.
Did he draw a card?
He did. Pretty sure he did.
I don't know.
I feel like bolting the bird here is fine because you're forcing him to, if he has Coco, use it now.
There it
He
is.
did. Okay. So he was thinking during his upkeep.
He's already got a Collective Brutality in his hand.
So I think it's just attempting to bolt the bird to get the blocker out of the way, and then swinging for 6 seems fine because then next turn you can swing for 7 to kill him. Because
Well, again, you know that he's got Spell Queller, so if you're just looking to tempo him out.
So I think there's a question here of okay. So the Pyromancer should still get his elemental trigger. I think they may have missed that. Because he did cast a spell, that's all the Pyromancer cares about, doesn't care if it results or not.
Right.
I got a feeling we're just going to see a bolt probably on the Spell Queller anyway.
So it'll resolve, but will he get to escalate it again if he wants to?
Yes. But he will still have to discard more cards if he wants to escalate.
So what mode are you going to get if you're not going to discard your 1 card left in your hand?
I would just, I would have just taken, like he was going for the look at his hand. I would have just taken the bird out because he would have just casted Coco right there as opposed to Spell Queller.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have taken the blocker out and then swung.
So it looks like we have a small intermission.
I think this is when Felix walks out to us and asks about the Pyromancer trigger. So we're
he
like,
asked
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Okay.
I think because they just realized that they missed the trigger. So technically, he should have 3 tokens: 1 for the first collected, 1 for the bolt, and 1 for the second collected off the Spell Queller.
So there should be 4 elementals in play.
Yes. Which, I mean, if you're not sure, as we tell people, if you're not sure, like, look, come ask one of us. Like, we know that means to look it up if we don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
We've had, so there should be 1 more, but I don't think in this match it really matters.
Are we talking about that right now?
Probably.
There should be 1 more.
Yep. All right.
He's out of elemental tokens.
All right. So these ill-prepared Magic players.
I don't usually bring tokens. All right, you source his bird for mana, and then put it in front of the flip delver,
Yeah.
and then he didn't take the 3 damage. What? I make myself laugh sometimes. At least somebody does.
Oh, great! Another free therapy session.
I've got a coupon.
Alright, so I feel if Felix doesn't have a Coco, I don't think he's going to be able to pull out of this situation well. Because we know that the grixis player still has a Terminate in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So...
It's at 10.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage on the board.
You get to play one card.
I think you just keep the Spell Queller up and hope he doesn't have anything.
Yes.
Also, don't like the fact that Felix put the Shockland into play tapped, because then that just telegraphs your opponent that you didn't top draw a Coco. Like, I would have kept the fetch land up and just, like, make him think, like, alright, did he top draw the Coco? Okay, so... Nebelgast Heralds, he's going to tap the Delver, and, I mean, the Herald's probably going to die, but he's still stopping 3 damage from coming through.
I think the Herald's a 2-1. I might be willing to just chuck all 4 of my elementals into it and save the Terminate for later.
I mean, he has a Snapcaster in hand, too.
Alright, so he's just going all in with everything.
So he'll take 4 and trade. So he'll go to 6. If you have Snap Bolt, you can put him down to 3. So at this point, you're hoping just to have or go wide enough to just get him down to what you need. So
I like if you're gonna Snap Bolt, I like doing it right then because it guarantees him another token.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was a heads up play there.
Yep. Yep. And also, it also puts you a little wider. So if he does hit a Coco, he's only going to get 2 creatures. You should just be able to just be wider than him and just be able to get that last 3 damage in.
Yes. Yeah. I know that when I'm in this kind of position, either I immediately pick up my cards or I just take a moment and try to learn from this, or just think about, okay, well, if I wanted to play this out, what would my best line of play be, and just kind of like see how it unfolds anyway.
Yeah, right. I mean, like, you shouldn't just you should never just immediately auto scoop. You should like look at all the lines of play and like, is there any way I can maybe survive an additional turn? It's like if you try everything, like, okay, I can't do it, then yeah, like then conceding is obviously the best play. Unless you're one of those people who clock watches and like, oh, there's 15 minutes left, so I can just drag this match out another 2 minutes, and then the last one just try and go there to draw, which we have had a couple people like that. So I mean,
I know I go to time enough, but I don't do it on purpose. I promise.
No.
I do notice when I take too long, and I mention it, kind of for both of us.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, with certain decks, you have to take a little bit longer time. Like with Blue Moon, like, you don't have any just fast kills in that deck.
None.
So it's you know, your appearance there to grind it out and just outvalue your opponent. That's literally what you're going to be doing, as opposed to like Burn, who just like keep throwing things at your face until you're dead.
Yes.
But it's just, I mean, as long as you can, like, keep your turns, you know, relatively short. Like, obviously, there's going to be some situations where you have to sit there and think for a minute or two, like, all right, like, this is a very complex situation. How do I get out of this, or what is my best line to play right now? But there are other ones where people who just, like, turn one, like, put a fetch land down, shuffle your hand, think about it, shuffle your hand some more, fetch, put a land down, take that land back, shuffle the deck, get another one, take that one back. It's like, nah, I definitely want this one. And then Serum Vision, you're like, we did all that just for a Serum Vision? Come on. Self of Spirits, Geist, I don't know how much land though.
Not enough.
Oh, both of them are taking a mulligan.
Not
All right.
enough. UHNUFF. Enough.
Oh man, your high school must be so proud of your spelling.
12. I have 12 spelling.
Yeah.
Thanks, high school.
Is that on a scale of 12?
Somewhere between Mountain Dew and bacon.
Oof.
Yeah, that's a good scale.
That's
At least for my freshman year, it was a good scale. 250.
Oh, I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna start with the Delver in play. Just turn 0.
That's a heads-up play. Good play, Delver. Sneaky Delver. What's that one unglued card? Or unhinged card?
Cheaty face?
Cheaty face, McDelver face. Cheaty McDelver face.
Oh, man. So, some of the stories, like, I went to the pre-release back when, like, pre-releases were held at, like, convention centers, and there were to be events all day. Going to an unset pre-release is honestly, like, the most fun you could ever have. Because people who don't even know you will just screw over neighbors. It's just like... It's like, this card says, if I can see the card, I can blow it up. 2 people down. Oh, you about to win the game with that card? That card's blowing up now. What are you doing? Playing the game, man.
Jeez. Come on, guy.
Oh, man. That's one thing I really miss about, like, them having the pre-release things like that. It was just being able to just, do drafts or sealed all day and just as many events as you want to sign up for. I miss that so much.
My first one of those was the lore when pre-release.
Oh my man!
I opened a foil cryptic in my tournament pack.
Oh.
And I had 3 people come up to me that day. It's like, so I heard you opened a foil cryptic, and every time I just turn it over because I was a little kid. I'm not a little kid, but I was a young lad, a teenager.
You were new to the game.
Yeah, I was very new to the game still. Like, click. Okay. And all of them were just like, all right, calm down, kid.
Look, it's not a Black Lotus, man. I need you just to tone it back.
What's a Black Lotus? Can I trade you for a mountain?
No, but I'll trade you for the Shivan Dragon. Look, it's a 6/6.
That's a joke with a real reference.
And it happened a lot.
All right, so tweeter.
Graveyard, I'm guessing a bolt.
I'm sure he just audibly said bolt. Bolt the tweet.
Well, no, we'll be surprised, and it'll be like
next time you end up in that situation where you're bolting a bird, just say make some chicken, pass the turn.
KFC. What? KFC. Watch, you're having too much fun looking all confused.
That's the beauty of it.
See, like, I know I've been playing Magic a long time when I'll make references or say certain things, and, like, newer players like, what's that? And it's just like, oh.
What was the most recent one?
Cantrip.
For those who don't know, what's a cantrip?
A cantrip is a spell that lets you do something and also draw a card.
So it's just got that extra text at the bottom or the beginning of it, draw a card.
Yeah.
So...
And it's just like what we call Karoo lands, which most of you know are like from Ravnica, the lands that produce 2 mana. You have to bounce a land that comes into play tapped. We call them Karoo lands because the original land that did that was called Karoo. God, I'm old.
Yeah, you were. I didn't know that one.
Oh.
Okay, so we got rattle chains.
And that's a surgical. Ooh.
Spicy meatball.
I mean,
did he board that, or does he mean?
I think it's on the board. It's in the. So he brought that in. I think he's obviously like he wants to hit the Cocos with that, or I mean, if he hits a spell queller, he can smoothly surgical it, which isn't a bad option either.
How many surgicals are in the board?
2.
Maybe he brought them both in. He's like, I'm ready for this.
I want to see his Inquisition get spell quellered, just so I can giggle a little bit.
What'd you just say?
Yeah, I want his Inquisition to get spell quellered.
Oh, okay. Hey, he brought in the Mana Leak. That was right.
Yeah. I want the Bant Spirits player to be the Spanish, taken with Inquisition.
That was a deck name for a deck once upon a time. The Spanish Inquisition.
Yes.
It was a red, white, just like X spell deck.
Yes, because no one expects a Spanish Inquisition.
Yes.
And for those of you that don't know that, go watch some goddamn Monty Python.
What's Monty Python?
Get out of here.
We don't like your kind.
We can't be friends. I don't think there's anything really worth surgically right now.
Nah.
Unless he's looking for hand information, which I mean that could be the thing.
Oh, I brought in the D-Sphere.
All right.
Alright, I nailed one.
Yep.
Let's see what else I got. Right.
All right, and
maybe a Geist. Kira.
Kira was So by the way, guys, if your opponent does anything that says that they search your library, you're supposed to give it to your opponent and let them search, because they also, like, as a control player, if I do like a surgical extraction or crumble to dust or something like that, I'm looking through your deck to also gather information of what things you brought in, what things are left in your deck.
Mm-hmm.
So doing something like that typically won't happen, and you typically hand it to your opponent, because it's also your opponent's responsibility to pull out all the cards, so if they miss one, that was their own fault, as opposed to you hiding information.
Yes. I don't think they revealed the hand.
I don't think they did either, but...
Oh well.
Yep.
Path?
No.
Well pathed. Well timed path.
Duh.
You got another basic in there?
Brian's like, It's one more island.
Alright. Get lucky.
He is out of basics now. He is a basic bitch.
Hey, watch your language.
Never. I can't. My eyes don't stick out of my head that far.
Okay.
And then write it down.
The door creaked open. Oh my god, it closed so quietly. Well closed.
Much ghosts, so feared.
Alright.
Pyromancer.
Pyromancer.
And no spells. Looks like we're... No,
So-
he's... Go ahead.
A little bit off topic. Do you think Young PZ still holds the title of the red 2-drop good card? You got your cycle for each. You got one for each color: Stoneforge, Mystic, Tarmogoyf, Snapcaster, Mage, Dark Confidant. Red one's always been a toss-up. One Young PZ came out that it kind of took the spot, but I'm not sure.
What do you think is better than Young Pyromancer in the red 2-drop slot?
I think the only thing that's arguably contentionable, for a nice weird word there, is Dire Fleet Daredevil.
I definitely think Pyromancer is better than Dire Fleet Daredevil.
Alright, we got a Geist.
Yeah.
Geist State Trap, that's what you want. You want Geist. You want to give them jump. Spectral Flight. Clock them hard.
So, like, with the Dire Fleet, it's really good, but I think it's a good one-time use, as opposed to, like, and once he's on the board, like, he doesn't really do much else. He has Menace.
Yeah.
As opposed to Pyromancer, like, any spell you play, you just keep gaining board advantage.
And I think people, when it came out, were talking about Harsh Mentor as a potential for that throne.
It was a potential, and then once you start realizing, like, going through the game, is the only thing he really deals damage for is your opponent's fetching lands. Like, you may hit the occasional planeswalker, like maybe like a scavenging oozes kind of thing, but for the most part, he just doesn't do enough.
Okay.
He's a very I guess the biggest thing is that your opponents can play around him. Like, right, your opponents can't really play around a Pyromancer, because, like, if they try and kill it, you can respond by playing a bunch of instants, getting the value off him, and then letting them die. As opposed to Harsh Mentor, like, alright, I just want to spend land until I kill it. If the life totals really matter that much.
Alright, so he's just going all in. He's willing to trade young PZ for a Geist, which I think is a perfectly acceptable trade. If he went for it.
Well, I mean, like, he's at 9, so right, the Geist, you're hoping the Geist deals 6 by himself. Because you have him on a 2-turn clock, effectively, because he attacked?
Yes.
Looks like a Bird and a Wanderer. I think I just put them both down.
Yep. Well, I guess if it's unknown information, you don't need the mana.
No, like as a blocker in case some weird... I think I'll put the Bird down just to have an additional blocker in case, like, multiple bolts came out. Because, like, that's the thing that could... Like, if he has 2 bolts in the hand, right? Like...
That's just... I think that's just going face.
What I'm saying, it is. And then, as I'm saying, like, Felix would possibly be dead at that point. But, alright, Delver.
Alright. Human beats.
Yep. I'm not sure what he has... Or Josh is empty-handed now.
I think he's got 1 card. It's up there by his
okay.
elbow.
Which I think is a Terminate, which I think he's going to save for the Angel token, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I think... so swinging with the 1/1 elemental token would, and see if he wants to trade wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah. It would not be terrible.
So swing with both, see if he wants to trade.
Alright, so he's planning on chumping with the Delver. Well, not even chumping with the Delver, I guess.
Well, yeah, because you need to block the... Oh, no, yeah, because with the... You can take the 2 from the Geist. So I think he's hoping for a Delver flip and a Bolt off the top.
Yep. It's good plan to your outs.
Yep. So I think you just terminate the Angel token, because you have to.
Or you just take it.
Nope, alright.
I guess it's not a terminate.
Yep. Nope. Oh, it's a land. Alright, well, Bant Spirits in 3.
Alright. Well played, guys.